What's up guys, it's Nintendo Freak here, and I am back again to do another video game collection update. It has been a while since I've done my last one, and I just want to say some things before I get started. If any of my subscribers have noticed, I have started a podcast, which is me and my friend, and basically we just talk about what we've been playing, you know, what we've bought over the past week or so. And then we talk about all the gaming news that's happened since our last podcast. And if any of you want to know any, if you follow gaming news or want to follow gaming news, I mean, I think we do a pretty good job. I'm biased, but I think we do a pretty good job of talking about the gaming news. I think we have interesting discussions, and I totally understand if you don't want to listen to them because it's not usually the thing I put up on my channel, but I do think if you're interested in gaming news and stuff, then it's definitely a good listen, and I think we do a pretty good job of it. So if I don't have any videos going up, you know, there will always be podcasts every week or so. So that should tide some people over before my next video, which I have not been doing much of, honestly. But yeah, anyway, get that little spiel out of the way. Like I said, I got a lot of games. I got some really awesome finds at garage sales. I'll leave the best one for last, but I'll leave the first garage sale finds. I'll show off those first. First off, I'm going to show you games that I already have, but everything I'm about to show you right now was from the same garage sale, and the garage sale I went to had a bunch of games, and some of the games were just boxes, only boxes of manuals. But luckily, I actually already had a lot of the games that were just box and manual that were in that little lot. So these are just all the games that I had, but I didn't have any box or manual for them. So I'm just going to show them again with complete. First of all, it's Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Land 3, Super Mario Advance 3, and this is basically Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. I had the game already, and I have the Super Nintendo version, but Yoshi's Island is an amazing game. That's that. And then we got Killer Instinct. So unfortunately, this didn't come with the Killer Cuts music CD, but it did come with the manual and the box, so that's cool. And next up is F-Zero. F-Zero is an awesome racing game, really fun, I love it. I like how the back of the box has this little comic, and in the manual there's actually a comic as well, which is really, really cool. These Super Nintendo boxes are awesome. And some of these, they're in different conditions. Some of them are mint, some of them are not in great condition, like the Killer Instinct one had a tear on the back of the box, but this one is in pretty great shape. Donkey Kong Country, and Donkey Kong Country is also a great game. It's really fun. Fantastic platformer by Rare. And to go along with that, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest. Not going to talk too much about these since I've already talked about them probably in previous game collection updates. But yeah, that's this one. And someone requested for me to show the back of these boxes, so I'm trying to do that more now. Next up is Star Fox, also for the Super Nintendo. Great game, really innovative as far as the polygonal 3D stuff. That's it for the Super Nintendo stuff that I already had. Next up is some N64 games I already had, and this is actually just, I got a box for the expansion pack for the N64. I'm not sure how much these are worth at all as far as expansion pack coming in the box, but I just wanted to show that. Next is Super Smash Bros. Awesome game, obviously. The newer ones are obviously better and more fun in my opinion, but you can't go wrong playing this 64 version. It's still a lot of fun. And GoldenEye 007, a classic. Back of the box. And finally, for the games I already had that I just got complete in box now, I got Star Fox 64. This is a big box, as you can tell. It came with a Rumble Pack. This one doesn't have a Rumble Pack in it, but I do have a Rumble Pack myself, so I could just add it to this. And yeah, that's Star Fox 64. So those are all the games that I got that only had the boxes and manuals, so I basically have complete in-box games now for those. And these are the ones that, these next ones coming up are actually everything else I got at the garage sale. And I should mention, everything in this lot was $35 for me. So that's an awesome deal. It was kind of disappointing some of the games didn't come with the game, but as far as what I got, it still was a great deal. So I'll start with a couple PS1 games that were there first. First off, it's Hot Shots Golf 2. This is apparently a great golfing series. I've actually only played, I think, one Hot Shots Golf game. So, you know, this is good to have. Next is Frogger 2. I know Frogger 1 on the PlayStation was panned and, like, people said it wasn't very good, but apparently this one's good. It's more of, like, it has, like, an adventure to it, and it's all, the whole single-player aspect is a lot more fleshed out. And finally, for the PS1 games, it's Rugrats: The Search for Reptar. And this is special to me because as a kid, I would go rent this like every week. When we got a rental, I would get this, I'd return it, and then I'd just get it again. I'd rent the same game again because I was a huge fan of Rugrats, and I mean, I just love the series, and I had fun with the game. The funny thing is, I didn't have a memory card when I was playing this game, so every time I would buy it or rent it and then rent it again, I'd have to start from the beginning. So I played it again now. Obviously, it's not the best game, but it still brings back nostalgic memories for me because of how much I played it. That's it for the PS1 games. Now I will show off some PS2 games that came in this lot at this garage sale. First up, it's Devil May Cry. I never had the Devil May Cry games, and this is the... Actually, I do have Devil May Cry 3, but I haven't really played it at all. But Devil May Cry 2 was supposedly the worst one, and Devil May Cry 1 is supposed to be a good game, so that's cool to have. Next is a game I never heard of, Dragon Rage, before I got it in the lot. It looks like you play as a dragon, and maybe if you guys know about Lair, it could be possibly like that. I haven't actually looked up videos or anything about it, so I don't think it's a very good game. I looked up some reviews and stuff, but next up, Final Fantasy X. Never played it. People seem to think this is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made, so definitely worth a shot for me. And next up is Dark Summit. It's a snowboarding game. I remember seeing this a lot all the time back when I first got the PS2 and GameCube. I never played it myself, but it seems like it could be a decent snowboarding game. Next up is Dynasty Warriors 3. And I don't know a lot about the Dynasty Warriors series, so I couldn't tell you about each iteration, but it always seems to me like each game is the same thing. I mean, it could have different stories, stuff like that, but what I have played of it, it's just like a hack and slash game. It's fun for what it is, and this is my only Dynasty Warriors game, so I could definitely say that might probably be my last unless I find another in a garage sale. So, and finally for the PS2 games, it's Grandia 2. Now this came out on Dreamcast, and it is unarguably better on the Dreamcast. The graphics in the PS2 version are worse, and I think there's a couple other hiccups in the PS2 version that really make it worse than the Dreamcast version. But if you're looking for a good RPG, this is still a great RPG, and you can't go wrong even if you want to play the PS2 version. It is inferior to the Dreamcast, but it's still a good game. Now, here are the other games I got in that lot, the final games. I'll start off with the N64 game. Actually, no, I'll start off with the Super Nintendo games I got. First up is NHL 94. Nothing special about that sports game. Sucks. And Frogger for the Super Nintendo. Fun fact, this is actually the last Super Nintendo game ever released in the United States. I'm not exactly sure what date it was that it was released, but this is the last Super Nintendo game, but it is absolutely awful. It's not good at all. And I was surprised to find this in the lot, and I didn't know it was worth a lot. Apparently it's worth like $20 to $25, and I didn't expect it to be worth that much. But I've heard about it, and I heard great things. Rock and Roll Racing. It has a soundtrack that is composed of a lot of heavy rock and rock songs, and the Super Nintendo version is definitely better as far as the music goes, because I've listened to both Genesis and Super Nintendo music side by side. The Super Nintendo one sounds a lot better. So yeah, the gameplay though, it should be the same for each. So if you have the Genesis version, it's definitely fun. And these are just a couple box games I got as well in that lot. Bubsy in Claw's Encounters of the Furred Kind. Bubsy is notorious for being like one of the mascots during that time, trying to become one of the mascots like Sonic and Mario. And you know, apparently it's not that good, but I just recently saw a Game Trailers video about it, and they seem to like it. So maybe it's not as bad as what people say, but it's definitely not a incredible platformer. And finally, for my Super Nintendo games, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This game is a beat 'em up, and apparently it's actually really good for a licensed title. I was a huge Power Rangers fan back in the day, and you know, I would have loved to play this back when I was a big fan of Power Rangers. And you know, it'll still be fun to play this. I haven't played it, and the beat 'em up, the game is pretty good apparently, so that's that. Now finally, for the lot I got in this garage sale is some N64 titles. They're all boxed. And one of them is actually cartridge only, but I have the box, but I left it at my friend's house after we went to this garage sale, and I haven't picked it up since. So the first game is Buck Bumble. I don't know much about this game other than the starting music is fantastic. If you don't know what the music is like in this game, go check it out. The music is awesome. Next is NASCAR 2000. I'm not a NASCAR fan at all. I don't like the sport, but you know, some people out there do, and I'm sure this was fun for them during the N64 era. I don't know how it is myself. Next is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. This box is kind of messed up, but I've actually heard pretty good things about this game for the N64. Like most of these games, I haven't played them myself, so I don't know, but I've heard good things about this Star Wars game, and you know, there was a lot of great Star Wars games back in the day. On N64 at least, Star Wars Rogue Squadron was good, and this was apparently good. I heard the pod racing game was okay, so yeah. Anyway, next up is Gauntlet Legends. I think this is a Diablo style game, like looting game where you just go around dungeons and stuff. Or I'm not familiar with the genre all that well, so I don't know exactly what you do. But I know you want to loot stuff, and you get better loot for defeating more difficult areas and stuff like that. And you know, I've heard this is a decent game, so I may try it out. Gauntlet Legends. Next is Mario Party, the original one. I always hate this Mario Party box because it looks like it's Mario Party 3 every time I look at it, because he's hitting the 3 block. But this is the original Mario Party. This is a great game, great party game, but this game was notorious for destroying people's N64 controllers because you had to like spin the analog stick around, and you know, it would destroy your N64 controllers. I have encountered countless N64 controllers that look and feel really awful because they've most likely played this game. Finally, for this lot that I got, and for the N64 titles, it is Mischief Makers. So this is a game made by Treasure, and if you guys don't know Treasure, they're the guys behind games like Gunstar Heroes and stuff like that. And this is, I think it's the only game they made for N64, but I've heard incredible things about it. It looks like an awesome game, awesome platformer. The visuals look stunning, and you know, it just looks really fantastic. I can't wait to play this one. So that's it for that lot. Like I said, $35. I think that was an incredible deal. It just lots of stuff I could complete, so that's good. Next up, I will just go through some of the games that I bought myself. First up is one PSP game. I bought Patapon for the PSP. It's an early title. It was really cheap, so you know, it's a unique game. It's like a strategy rhythm type game, I think. I played it a little bit, and yeah, it seems fun. Next is a couple PC games. If you listen to my podcast at all, since I've been putting it out, you know I built a gaming PC recently, and yeah, I've been getting a lot of games on Steam. I really want to try to get more physical copies of PC games, and if you saw one of my previous game collection updates, you saw that I got that whole lot of PC games for free, which I will be playing. And I want to mention before that, the game DayZ I've been playing a lot on PC, which is amazing. And the good thing is one of the games I got in that free lot that I showed before was Arma 2, which is one of the games you need. So to play DayZ, the mod, and you know, that game is really awesome. If you guys are into that style, it's really cool. It's a really unique game. Anyway, this was given to me by my friend. It's Crysis for the PC. And you know, this is still one of the best looking games on PC today, even though it was announced, it was released in 2007. With mods and stuff, with graphical updates, you know, this is still one of the best looking games. And you know, the game's not that bad itself, it's pretty fun. And the other PC game I bought was Metro 2033. I bought this off of eBay, and I guess from now on I know most of the games on eBay and Amazon that PC physical copies of games are selling are actually European versions, which I'm not sure why that is, but I guess it's just cheaper for them to distribute over here. But yeah, Metro 23, if you listen to my podcast as well, you know I freaking love this game. It was an incredible experience. The atmosphere is amazing. I just love the whole story of the game, you know, everything that was going on. It's just, I was blown away by this game. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot. I was expecting a good game, but what I got was an amazing game. There are some issues, there are some bugs and stuff that I hope are fixed for Metro Last Light, but it was a great game. Now I will show off some 360 games I got. Mass Effect 3 I talked about in my last game collection update, but I never showed it, and here it is. I still haven't beaten Mass Effect 3 because of all the ending stuff, and you know, I don't think I will. I might just I was close to the end, I might just look up the ending online now, but next up is Deus Ex Human Revolution for 360. I have not played this. I own the 2 Deus Ex games on PC, but on Steam, but I haven't played either of them either, but heard great things about this game, so that's that. I did pick up Alan Wake, which I played along with my friends back when it came out, and I actually really like Alan Wake. Alan Wake had an amazing story. The gameplay wasn't that bad either, and the graphics were pretty great for the 360. And now it's out on PC as well, so if you have a PC gaming rig that you could use, I'm sure the graphics even look better on PC, so it's a great game. I definitely recommend Alan Wake. And these are just a couple Xbox games I got for free from my friends. MX Unleashed. I remember playing this a crap ton on PS2. Basically a game, go around driving ATVs and dirt bikes and stuff, doing crazy tricks, but it's a fun game, definitely fun. And then the other Xbox game, Agent Under Fire, 007. My friend bought this because he thought he could play it on 360, but apparently it's not backwards compatible on the 360, so he just gave it to me. It comes in a Platinum Hits case, which I hate, but what are you going to do?